Hey, what's going on, everybody? Don Martino here to talk about this latest episode of Star Wars Andor. And boy, this show either just doesn't know how to disappoint or it never disappoints. It just keeps getting better and better. Guys, I love today's episode of Andor. I thought it was just phenomenal and tension-filled and wonderful and well acted. It has some of my favorite performances of the entire series. Of course, we're following Andor in prison this time around, and I love this observation he makes immediately of these boots. It's kind of wonderful, and I like this claustrophobic feel of the episode. It deals with anxiety in a way that Star Wars has never dealt with anxiety, and it's something I can relate to very, very much. Cyril teaming up with Deidre, that's going to be kind of dangerous now, isn't it? And I think that's not over, even though they kind of made it feel like it was over. Vel is also kind of going after Andor on Ferris. I found all that stuff to be very compelling, very interesting, not exactly how I expected this episode to go. Bix is kind of taking care of Andor's mother. She can't contact him. I like how she uses the codes again to try to contact him. She at least does make contact with Luthen, and we figure out his assistant's name is Clea this time around. Clea's kind of trying to discourage Luthen. You kind of find out she's really a lot more influential over Luthen than we thought, and I thought that was a really crazy, interesting dynamic. She's kind of nuts. Deidre's really piecing this together, though. She's figuring it out, and I like that she goes, Cyril, this warning, don't pull this alarm again or it won't go well for you, because Cyril is really trying to play her, and I think he did get to her a little bit, guys. I don't think that this is over. Again, I think that relationship is going to go to some dangerous places for Cassian. Andy Serkis being in the episode was something I did not expect. That was a major surprise, and man, was he good in this episode. I loved his role. He was basically leading the factory that is this prison. He's super intimidating in the show when he's slamming dudes up against the wall. I mean, that guy is just nuts. And then one of the big moments is when Luthen goes to see Forrest Whitaker as Saw Gerrera, and I understand Saw Gerrera is in a different state in terms of his health right here, but I loved Forrest Whitaker in this episode. I think that this is a better performance as Saw Gerrera as he gave in Rogue One, because wow, he was intense. He was everything I love about Saw Gerrera in this episode. Finally, he was just so good in this role, man. So good. Like, after Rogue One, I thought Saw Gerrera was kind of interchangeable when it came to the actor that would play him, but after this episode, I'm like, Forrest Whitaker is Saw Gerrera. Don't give me anybody else. I understand why he was cast. He is so intense. And I like seeing his crew again. That was very familiar from Rogue One. That was a nice little touch. So I think Andor is going to try to craft these boots. He did make that observation toward the beginning. By the way, when they shocked him, these Imperial troops, oh my God, that was insane, man. That was a crazy shot, the way that they just kind of all froze in place. It was wild, and you can really feel the pain in Andor. And Andor's never really been in this situation before. I thought Diego Luna just played this so well, where he was in a situation where he wasn't in control for once, and he wasn't used to that. It was actually kind of crazy to see. How's he getting out? I don't know. I mean, that floor is pretty deadly. I like that they set up the rules of this prison too, by the way. It was cool to establish. Got to get in that cell in like 7 seconds when the lights go off. What a crazy, intense episode of Andor, and it's just getting better, and I cannot wait till next week. Guys, as you probably noticed, Jose Espinel is not with me due to unforeseen circumstances, unfortunately, but we will be getting his spoiler thoughts on this and Tales of the Jedi, which I do have my Zahn spoiler review up for. We're going to do an episode of Imperial Order on all this, which is our Star Wars podcast, so if you haven't checked it out, please do. We don't do them often, but every so often when there's big stuff kind of happening around Star Wars, which there definitely is right now, we kind of have to do one, so that'll be interesting. All right, guys, look, again, let me know what you thought. I've been Don Martino. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you haven't done so already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit that bell for notifications. It's much appreciated. It helps us out a fair bit. Also, you can follow me on the social media pages down there at the bottom right, at Dom_Martino_ on Twitter, Dom_Martino_ official on Instagram. Make sure you follow the Twitter and Instagram pages for Anorax. It's Anorax official across both platforms. Thank you guys for joining, and I will talk to you later.